What's up, money growers? So Jacob back here with another video. A little different setting today. I felt like putting my full face on the camera and talking to you guys about helping you out with Navy Federal and getting approved for high limit credit cards. So go ahead, smash the thumbs up button for this video. I appreciate everybody who's been joining the channel lately. It's been growing like crazy, but you know, when you're doing like 2 videos a day, it's kind of how it goes. So guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining. I really do appreciate you spending part of your day with me. Also down in the comments section, the stuff I'm gonna share and advice with you guys today. If you have some experience, please share it down there, because there's a lot of other people who are on their own credit journey and trying to do things right financially, and they could use help, they could use people's experience. So whatever information, whatever data points you have, please put it down in the comments section. Now let's go ahead and jump into this video. Now, a couple of hacks here, tactics, tools, whatever you want to call it, to use to try to help you get approved for high limit credit cards in Navy Federal. Now you see lots of videos here online about people doing the late night hack to get approved for this high limit. Some people it works for them, some people it didn't work for them. Experience is going to be all over the board, and oftentimes people just have different experiences with banks and credit unions, and about hard pulls and soft pulls and credit limit increases. So some of this is just going to be your own personal experience and what happens to you. But there are things you can do, particularly with Navy Federal, once you're a member, that can help. And the biggest thing we'll say also here before applying for a card is do what you can to build a relationship with them. So I have one credit card with Navy Federal, and I was a member for 1.5 years before I applied for the credit card. It's actually the flagship, okay? So you're gonna be a member, you wanna build a relationship, you have your checking account, you have your savings account, so you got something, okay, with them. If you do direct deposit, that can help too. Navy Federal loves when people do direct deposit, because they actually will give them sometimes like a better interest rate for cash back on a credit card. I think with the cash rewards card, as of the making of this video, they're offering that 1.75% cash back if you have direct deposit with them, then 1.5 if you don't. Also on car loans, they will give you, if you have direct deposit, they'll give you an extra 0.25% off your loan, but that might just be for military. But either way, you have at least a checking account and a savings account, all right? Be responsible with your money. Don't overdraw your account. That is huge, okay? Think about it. You have your accounts with them, and you want to apply for a credit card, and then before you can even apply, at some point you had overdraft on your account. So that obviously doesn't look good, okay? If somebody came and asked you for money, and you just knew that 2 months ago they didn't have enough money, and you're like, now they want to borrow from you, are you gonna say, oh yeah, dude, no problem, I'll give you the money, right? I'll get it back, I'm sure. Like, no, you're gonna be concerned, right? So do that, all right? So be a good steward of your money is the term you hear some people say, right? Manage your money well. Set up the direct deposit, okay? If particularly if you don't have it set up with anywhere else. Because you can get those better interest rates on cards or lower interest rates on car loans and that kind of thing. Also, you could do these things. We're talking about loans. So speaking of car loans, or just any loan in general, because Navy Federal offers car loans, personal loans, mortgages, that kind of thing. But they do have something called a pledge loan. And what you can do with that, there's a bunch of videos all over YouTube and the internet about the pledge loan, is it's a secured loan. So it's secured by your own money. So a lot of people do is they'll get that, they'll do the pledge loan, because if they want to apply for like a secured credit card, if their credit's all jacked up, you could get denied for the secured card. But if you're like brand new, you're probably not going to get denied for the secured card. You just don't have any credit. But the pledge loan, putting it up, it's the same kind of concept. It's your own money. So a lot of people will do is with the pledge loan, they'll do it for like $250, right? It's $250 of their own money, put into Navy Federal, into an account, and then what they'll do is, say they set it up for 6 or 7 months to pay off the loan, right? So what they'll do is they'll first payment, they'll set up the loan. The first payment they'll pay like 200 of that or 225 of that off, like right away, and then they'll set up monthly payments to pay off, the last what, $25. $5 a month for like the next 5 months. So that way they have 6 months of history though of paying off a loan. So they pay off a big portion right in the beginning, and they have that 6 months of history showing that the loan's being paid off. They pay almost nothing in interest. And what some people do is actually they'll take like that couple $100 that they pay off right in the beginning and use that to open up use that when they apply for the secured credit card. So you can do that. So you can actually start, building an even better relationship with Navy Federal with something like a pledge loan before you go on to applying for credit cards and that kind of thing. Now, another tool you have to use with Navy Federal is the Prequalification Tool on the website, all right? Now, you must be a member to be able to do this, okay? So if you're not a member, you're not gonna be able to go on there, use the Prequalification Tool, and then try to find a way to sign up later. You have to be a member already. And I've talked numerous other videos about how to become a member of Navy Federal. Even if you're not in the military, you can definitely do it. The requirements are on the website. It is possible. But using the pre-qualification tool, they're going to do things like confirm your date of birth. They're going to ask for your address. They're going to ask if you are a service member. They're going to ask you to state your info on your total annual income. They're going to ask for your monthly housing expenses. They're going to ask, do you rent or do you own? All those kinds of things. But it is stated. There's no, the first time I did, there's no documentation they request or anything like that. Then you are going to click that you authorize Navy Federal to obtain a consumer credit report to determine if you're eligible for a credit card, but you do understand that it's a pre-qualification form and is not a credit card application, so therefore it will not impact your credit score if you go ahead and do the pre-qualification tool to see what credit card you pre-qualify for. Now, just because you pre-qualify for them, it's not a guarantee that once you actually apply, you're going to get it, right? Nothing is ultimately guaranteed in this life, but it's just another tool you can use to say, okay, if I can pre-qualify for these, there's a good chance that I can actually qualify when you apply. If you have your banking set up with them, if you're showing that you like using their services, you can do other things like set up a CD account with them, okay? Probably not going to make you rich getting the interest and dividends on the CD account, but again, it's something else you can set up to show Navy Federal that you're committed to them and you like their services. Because, if you do good relationship banking with them, then they're going to be more lenient with you. They're going to be more generous with you because you've shown that you're committed to them, so they're more likely to commit to you. One of the benefits of credit unions over large banks, right? Now, if your credit's all messed up, you want to get that cleaned up, okay? If you got bad credit, like even before you apply, I would say for like the N Rewards card, if your credit's really bad, then you want to do what you can to get that cleaned up, okay? It'll be worth it to take the time to fix that situation before you start jumping into other stuff, okay? Before you start trying to jump into doing something else, fix what you have here, okay? Stop the bleeding first, right? So do that, and then if you want to go ahead and apply for an N Rewards secured card, you can give your chance a better chance of getting approved for that, and then you can build from there. So if you guys don't know about the N Rewards card, that's their secured card where you can put down, it's gonna be $200 up to $5,000 of your own cash. So you put that in there, for 3 months, if you're responsible with that, then they will actually increase the amount. So if you just did, say you put in $500, all right, minimum $200, but you chose to do $500, and you never spend, say, over $100, and you pay it back right away, right? You pay it off right away. It's your own cash, okay? Remember, that's what you're using, your own cash. So you're just showing them for those first few months how responsible you can be. So typically after 3 months, they'll look at your card, and if you're doing well, they'll actually increase your limit, but you don't have to put any more money in there. Then typically after 3 more months, so once you get that 6-month mark, then that's when the card can actually graduate. Some people it takes longer. I've heard of people getting to 12 months and the card's still not graduating. So again, the mileage may vary with some of these things, but that 6 to 12 month mark is typically where the secured credit card will graduate. And if you're doing things like this, the chance of you getting declined or only getting approved for like some real terrible low limit, is really unlikely. If you do steps like these and you show Navy Federal that you can be a good, consistent, reliable member of the credit union, then it's very unlikely you'll be getting denied on things. Very unlikely you'll be getting these really bad low limits and stuff like that. And the other thing you're going to get when you do apply for the credit card is this paper right here. Whether you get approved or denied, you will get this paper from Navy Federal. And it is something that a lot of people just throw away because it looks like, this is the one I got. This is my business address. Don't worry, guys. Okay, that's for the office. All right. So, this stuff, it's just general information when you see it. It's like, right, what is the credit report? How do we use it? What if there's a mistake? So it looks like just some general information you would get with any credit card. And you're like, okay, here's all the fine print, whatever, throw it out. But there's an important part to this on the back. It says your credit score and understanding your credit score. Now, people know of the FICO score, right? They know they can check their credit score online with Experian or Equifax or TransUnion, the Vantage score, right? All these other different scoring models for your credit. But Navy Federal basically has their own internal scoring model. And I talked to a rep one time and I mentioned that and he goes, we actually don't have an internal scoring model. I'm like, I don't know, I'm looking at it on my paper here. So maybe it's a different terminology he's using, but basically they do here. So how Navy Federal scores you is on a scale from 100 on the low end to a high of 450. So when I applied for my flagship card with Navy Federal, I got approved for it. I didn't get the $25,000 amount like so many other people were getting on other cards. And part of that's probably because it was the flagship card. Part of it could be that's, you know, the first credit card I've had with them. So maybe had I gone for like the cash rewards or something like that, might have been easier to get a higher limit, who knows. But I just aimed high right off the bat. That's what I did. And then my score, my Navy Federal credit score is 286. So first time I've ever got one of these from them. So they said my score is 286. So I mean, it's what? Between, so we have 350. Yeah, it's a little over halfway. So, I mean, you know, over time, I'm sure this will go up, this will go down, and things like that. And they do give you a little information here about things that, you know, affect your score, right? Like just having insufficient funds, you know, number of inquiries, lots of typical stuff you're going to see about credit scores. In general, same thing for Navy Federal. But this paper right here, this document is important because if you get approved or denied for a product, they're going to send you this, and you can look at this, and you can see what your score is with them. And they're never going to tell you your score over the phone. They won't tell you that. You can request to have your score sent to you, and I've requested that before, and the rep didn't know like if it was even going to work and go through, and I haven't gotten one since. So it may only be when you apply for a product that you can get your score. I don't know, maybe I'll have to give it another try. But those are some hacks, those are some tips, that's some advice you can use to really help yourself. I mean, basically, you do those kinds of things, I mean, it's almost going to be automatic that you will get approved for credit cards, Navy Federal, and you know, you can get some nice high limits. And if you get approved for a card and you don't get the limit you were hoping for right away, you can message them and ask them if they could increase it before you even get the card. So they actually may be able to adjust that for you. It's worth a shot. I tried that with my card when I got approved. Didn't work, but it was worth a shot. So, you know, then you wind up waiting the 91 days or 3 billing cycles, although some people say they'll apply for another card or do a credit limit increase before then and have success. Your mileage may vary. So let's hear about it down in the comment section below, guys. If these tips helped you, if you guys need some more tips, please subscribe because there's way more we talk about in the future. Please help each other down in the comments section with this kind of thing. If there's something you think I missed, it'd be important for people to know. Other than that, I appreciate you hanging with me. I appreciate you watching, taking some time out of your day to do this. I'm happy to help you guys with this kind of stuff, and there's a lot more to be doing in the future. So thanks for watching. That is it for this video, and I will see all of you again soon.